Hey y'all, it's Jessica at Pretty Prints and Paper. I'm a little late with the April thing, but you know, life. And I'm going to talk to you about what I'm going to do for April. I'm continuing my series of experiments. The last couple of months I've been trying out a couple different planner systems, specifically pre-structured planners, to see if it would merge well with my style of bullet journaling, just to test whether my habits of using a traveler's notebook and bullet journaling inside are true or just habit. So after using the Passion Planner, you can check it out in another video that I have, but a lot of things I loved about it, and I ran out of space a lot of times with the compact size being so small and the lines being so thin. And then in the inkwell press, I love the design, and there are just a lot of things about it that I wasn't maximizing. So I might actually go back to that one because I do love it, and so you can check out that post from a couple weeks ago. But for April, I am going back to the Traveler's Notebook system with this May Designs Folio and a Foxy notebook inside, and I'll show you what that looks like. So I got this from the May Designs folks. I do an overview of it in another video, but I'll talk to you about how I'm going to use it this month. So the cool thing, I kind of love this look, this little grommet thing. And what I have also found is that it's kind of annoying to write on. So when you open it up, it sits right on the table there. And so sometimes when I'm writing in my to-do list, you can feel it as you write on it. So just a thing, if that's something that's gonna bother you. You saw that there's no pen holder, so I've been sliding my pen here. I'm doing a weekly thing where every week I use a new black pen, just to, not only is there like a pen test component as a quick thing, but also a week-long experiment to see how well they hold up for me over the week. So look out for that video soon. So inside, I have 3 notebooks. I have this dot grid notebook from Foxy Fix as my main one, because mainly the paper is amazing. So I use a lot of stamps and brush pens and super tip Crayola markers, and it does not ghost. There's a tiny, tiny bit of it that you can see, but honestly, the paper is incredible. So thanks Kelly and Jordan for doing such a good job on the paper piece. And then around 2 of the elastics, I have another May Designs books for my lists and shit. And then the final one for my blog is in the back. There's a pocket here. I haven't used it yet. I don't have as many loose sheets right now, but here's April. So in the front, I always ground my notebook with either some kind of a mantra or just a quote that reminds me about why I do this, or I also use like goals sheets for the first page, again, because I want to remind myself, what is this all for? What is planning if not to live a life that you want and that's grounded by a purpose? So that's why the first page really matters to me. So I do have a lot of favorite quotes that I'll put on the front. For this, the grid, I did like not having to draw out the grid in my other planning systems, but I kind of missed it, so I did this with the Foxy Fix bullet journal stamps, and I used this small square that I had to buy an acrylic block for, and then I just use a Versacolor ink pad to carefully and then also mess up on lining up the squares. You would think with the clear block that I would be able to line them up, but I can't. And I used these colored pencils. They were on sale the other day on Amazon, and so I snagged one for $5, and they're actually pretty cool. Like the vibrancy is really, really bright, and a couple of the tips were broken when I got it in the mail, but be that as it may, I just changed up a little bit of the coloring for the numbers. I apparently forgot that I wouldn't have to split up the weekdays on the bottom, so that's why those numbers are a little short for no apparent reason. I'm gonna put in here my editorial blog. I think to make it more useful to me, I'm gonna break down the steps a little bit more to make that a little bit more robust. And then I also am going to put in some of those Instagram challenge prompts. Here is that monthly page. I love the honeycomb pattern, as you saw in my past and also inspired by the Inkwell Press. So the hive, as I call it, is going to be for projects, but I also wanted it to be a little bit more goal-oriented and having things like sleep. I should probably do that this month, and have some of those bigger goals that are going to ground my work this month. The rapid log, I like having some loose organization and a place to put stuff and then process it later. And I don't know what categories those are going to be in. In the past, they've been like personal and PPP or personal and work, but I'm leaving the space open for possibility. When the need arises, I can put it in wherever I want to in the ways that I need it to. So I think I'm going to wait and see what I need it for. Something that I knew I needed was to keep track of the last time I did something, specifically the last time that I watered plants. So I have succulents now, and I'm trying not to kill them, and I think I'm failing because the leaves keep falling off, but we'll find out. So anyway, this is where all that stuff goes for the entire month. My weekly, I've missed it a lot actually, which is a really great result of all of this experimentation, is that I really missed having the 5-day week preview. It has more space. That's my unit of time that I think in, and so I go back to this, and I'm excited about that. Again, I still do, I missed doing the headers in fun ways every week, the colors, but I still do the top things that I'm going to do today with the dot at top, and then I go in kind of chronologically. So I use this vertical because it reminds me of my Google Calendar, and some people can do the horizontal, I cannot, and so I kind of follow it as a timeline, a loose timeline of things in the day. So things that happen in the morning are near the top, and then going down into the evening, and then I fill in the tasks in between. So every Sunday I set this up. This is my day. These are my gratitudes or highlights. These are my expenses, all down here, because if I know something about myself, is that I need it in front of me in order to remind me to do it. So personal work tasks, follow-up, I work with a lot of teams and delegate a lot of things, and so things that I'm waiting for, and I need to follow up with, I put in this column. For Pretty Prints, that's my side biz. How do I keep track of all the stuff I want to do for that? Have a section for it. I do a little, it looks like a very, very crude, like a timer, like a sand timer for things that I'm waiting for a reply from. So I know that I'm waiting on that particular response or task, and then we go from there. I realized that I missed this because on the weekends I would, instead of using the pre-printed planner, I would pull out like a whole separate sheet, and I think I just needed bigger space for the weekend. So I have this as my familiar weekend spread, just 2 big blocks of space with one at the bottom of the stuff I just need to do at some point over the weekend. They're just 2 very separate time entities for me, during the week and then the weekend, so it's nice to break them up visually as well. And then having an empty space for all of the random stuff that's in my head for, wait, this is what's coming up, I need to remember to do this, or oh, it's not quite time to do this yet, but know that it's on the radar, stuff like that, all goes in there. And so I've missed this, and I am excited to go back. And I guess I'm curious if anybody else is using these folios and what their experience of them has been. It's kind of a bummer they don't have a pen holder, but I'm gonna make do by sliding it right into here. Anyway, I would love to hear more about what you're doing in April or questions that you might have, but leave your comments down below. If you liked it, share, subscribe, like, whatever. I just hope that you enjoy it. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.